It's Paul here. Hey, I'm happy to have our second class. Man, I saw some of your work. It was awesome. I'm really excited. I wasn't planning on it yet, but I think I'm going to kind of up the ante and introduce Google Slides. And I think that's really cool because I think you guys can handle it actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the slide. I'm going to show you how to work it. And this is something that hopefully you can kind of look back and kind of use as a tool if you need to. We're going to go ahead and get going. Here we have the main page, and we're just going to go to week number 2. Here's your guys' work you did. I was so pleased with all the work you guys did. Well, it should be showing up. There you go. It just takes a little bit of time. There you go. There's all your there's all your presentations on there. Now, back to the new work. Okay. I do have some lessons, a part of a lesson on there. Okay. We might go over it a little bit. We probably will, but it's kind of for you to kind of use. Remember, this class is unique in that it's basically it's a participation class. I just want you to get in and have some fun. Okay. So the more you do, the more you can look in there. Okay. Now, on here, I have some different questions, and we'll do this in class. But here we come to the slide, and we're going to open it up right there. Okay. Now, when you come down, I'm going to have to move this a little bit. Okay. You're going to come down, and you're going to see this little right here, this little options. And you're going to come down here, and you're going to click Open Options, Open Editor. Okay, now this is the most important part because what you want to do is you want to make a copy. Okay, file, and you're going to make a copy. Okay, of the entire presentation. And now when I come in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name teach, and I'm going to name, I'm going to give it a name. We'll go with Cuba. Okay, that's the country I pick, and I'm going to put North America so I know which lesson it is, and I'm going to click OK. And remember, you got to make the copy. If not, you'll change the master copy. And that's not good. It's okay. There's no worries, but that's not good. So I'm going to go in, and I always do this. I always come and I always close off those other ones just to make sure that I'm not in there and working on it. But here we have the actual slide, and this is where we can edit it. Okay, and we can change things. If I want to come in here, I can just poke in there, and I can just put teach. Okay, I want to come in here. I'm going to put my country in there. I'm going to put in Cuba. Okay, right there. Now there's the directions, and it should save it. Okay, here's the directions, and it says the biggest city in your country include a picture. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Google. Easy way to do it is just do this. We're gonna just copy, Control C, and come over here. And we're going to put that right in there to Google. And I'm going to put instead of my country, I'm going to put Cuba. Cuba. And it says right there Havana. Okay, so if you want to copy, and I'm just making this very simple. Okay, so I'm going to put in here, and remember, I want you to rephrase this as a fact. So I'm going to put into the biggest city in Cuba is Havana. Of, it looks like 2 million, Havana. So I got to go in there and change that. Okay, over 2 million. Okay, and I'm going to take this part of it out so I can just kind of highlight that and put it in there. And now I'm going to look for a picture. Okay, so I'm going to put in here Havana, Cuba into my Google. Remember, Google's kind of the really just useful tool. There's our images, and we're going to come in here, and I'm going to just select this one. Okay, open them up, and I'm right clicking on it now. Copy image. You might have to highlight it. And I'm going to come back to my slide, and I'm going to put, there it is. If I want to put more than one picture, I can. So I'm going to look for another picture down here. We're going to here. There's one with that. I like that. There we go. We'll just pick that one. I'm going to go Control, and I'm right now I just right clicked on it. I'm going to scroll down to copy image. Come down here and Control V. Okay, that puts it in there, and that's pretty cool. There's 2 pictures of it right there. Okay, now if I want to put in a video, I can do that too. And this is just kind of bonus. You don't have to put in a video. And remember, this is for you. Okay? This is for you to learn and kind of get crazy and learn how to do these presentations. And I'm going to go over here now, just like YouTube. And I'm going to put in here. And here's how I kind of do it with it. I'm going to put in Havana. And I always put tourism in there. Okay, because that's going to pull up a lot of different things. Top 10 things to do in Havana. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open that up.
Booking a family vacation.
And I'm going to show you multiple ways to do this, but here's the easiest way. You're just going to highlight that, Control C, come back. And now you can always do this. You can always just paste it in there and see that link's there. Okay. And that's fine. And that's one way to do it. It's there. We just got to get where we can see it. But here's kind of what I like to do is I'm going to put in here and I'm going to put in a text. I'm going to insert a text box. So we've inserted pictures. Now we're going to insert a text box. And I'm going to put Havana video. Now, if I want to, I can highlight this and I can make it bigger. Okay, I can do things like I can center it. Okay. Right now, I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click Insert, and I'm going to scroll down to Link. And Control V. There it is. I'm going to apply it, and it should work. Now, when we open on it, boom, it opens it up. Right there's our video. Let's go. And that's just kind of one cool way to make it more interactive. Who's the leader of your country? So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put, okay, leader of Cuba. And I'm looking through the images, and there we go. We got his picture right there. Okay, there's Fidel Castro, the former leader. Not that great a guy. There you go. New president, Miguel Diaz. We'll put his picture in there. Okay, and once again, I'm right-clicking. I might be able to do this. Okay, and I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to right-click or select, right-click, open up that dialog box, copy image, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put it right there. Control V. Put it in there. Cool. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to insert a text box. But for right now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to highlight his name. New picture. Oops. And his name is Miguel Diaz. Now, here's just kind of a little cheat. Miguel Diaz. And I'm just going to type it in there like I need it. It just keeps me from, I can look at it and kind of see. Control C again. I'm going to come over here and put it in here. Now I'm going to insert, this time I'm going to insert a text box. And I put it right there. Okay. If I want to put a link to some facts about him, I can do that. But for right now, I'm saying that that's a little bit small. So I'm going to come here and we're just going to open that up and make it. And then I got to highlight it, make it a little bit bigger. Okay. If I want to change the pace, not the pace, the font, I can do that. Okay. If I want to do something, get absolutely crazy, I can do this. I can come over here and I can put anything in there. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to research him. And I'm going to take it off the images. I'm going to put them on all. Okay. Now, I know some teachers don't like Wikipedia, but I don't really mind Wikipedia. Okay. It's got lots of good facts. Yeah, it's all right there. But I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to highlight the address up here. Control C. I'm going to go back and I'm going to see how this highlighted. I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to insert and I'm going to insert a link. There. And we apply it. Okay. And that's kind of cool. You don't have to do that, but that's just teaching you a little bit about how to insert. I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at who's the richest person in your country. Guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to use Google. Okay. Who is the richest person in Cuba? Let's see if it's going to come. Henry Luis Gomez. So it's basically saying he's the monarch. Control C. I'm going to come back and I'm just going to put it in there. Here we go. The richest person in Cuba, Cuba is Control V. Henry Luis Gomez. Now, if I want to make these all the same, see how that kind of looks different? And I just pasted that in there. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to go over here and right there. And I'm going to change and make them the same size. And to do that, I got to type it in there. So I'm going to put in like 18. Okay. If I want to make it the same color, I come over here and here's like the text color. I click on it and I make it the same color. Now see how it stands out, that's bold. And I don't mind doing that with names, but you can always just kind of change that if you want to. There's bold. I like it to stand out. Now, if I want to come back and I want to find that guy's name, Henry Luis Gomez, I'm going to go back and listen. Hey, let's look for images on him. Okay. I'm going to go back to Google. And right there. I wonder even how much money he makes. There you go. Henry Luis Gomez. And I'm going to go to images. And that looks like him. Well, there might be some. It's like I'm kind of looking for the same. I'm gonna look for the same guy. So that didn't really work out very well. Cuba, it's all right there. So we got a lot of them right there. So that's okay. That's a little bit of a problem, but that's fine. You're not gonna get in trouble. Just kind of pick the one you think it is, and that's okay. If there's multiple guys in the same, that's probably just kind of put it up here. I just, you know what, we're gonna look a different way. I put richest man in Cuba in there in the search engine, and this time I'm just gonna search with images. And we had Jeff Bezos, Julio Lopez. You know, Jeff Bezos praises his dad, Mark Cuban. Yeah, okay. So maybe I can't find a video, but that's okay. Hey, Cuba's kind of a weird, closed-off country anyway. We'll go back to our deal. Remember, there's no harm, no foul in this. It's Henry Luis Gomez. Okay. Let's pause. You know what? I want to figure this out. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go all again, and it did say the richest man in Cuba, Cuba billionaire. There's a list of Cuban billionaires right there. Jose Fangio. Let's go use that guy instead. So I'm gonna Control C it. I'm going to put in here, you know, I couldn't find any information on that guy, so we're going to put Jose Fangio. Once again, I'm going to come in, I'm going to put in here, you know, size. That's good. Uh-oh. See, that's the thing about this is you really, there you go. We got it now. And if I want to put it in the same font, I can do that. Okay, same color, I can. Let's go look at Jose Fangio. Okay. And see, Wikipedia, this is what I like, is Wikipedia does have more information about Jose Luis Fangio. It says longstanding supporter of Republican politics. And he lives in Florida. He's the richest Cuban. Okay, so he'd be a Cuban American. Okay, but you kind of get the word. If you don't find it all, hey, you know what? That's okay. Hey, we're going to the next one. The most popular food in Cuba. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to Google that. Okay, and in Cuba. Cuba! Oh, look at there. 10 most popular Cuban dishes. Okay, and that's really, really awesome. Look at that right there. Oh, that looks so good, so good. Okay, and here's, I'm going to go back and look at this. So I'm going to look at I'm going to reword the question. Okay. Um, okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically, we can put a link in. I'm going to try to insert, and let's see what we can insert over here, because we might be able to insert that whole page. Okay, insert video, text boxes, all those different things. Let's say I come over here and we got this site. Okay, so I'm going to put over here, I'm going to put, I can even highlight the whole question. And I can put that link there. I'm going to Control C, Control C. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to insert a link. And we go down, there's a link right there, Control V, and I put it. So they open up that, they can go to all this. Now let's say I do this. Let's say I want to make it, we're going to go to YouTube. I'm going to show you how to put a video in. It's getting close to class time, so I'm going to be wrapping it up here, but that's okay. Most. Oh, look at there. That looks so awesome. Okay.
The
I'm going to come over
secret
here.
to finding promo codes for all your favorite.
No, I don't want to find the promo codes. And we're going to go back to our slide. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go insert and we're going to put a video in this time. Okay. And this is kind of a neat feature. Control V. I put it in there. I paste it in there. It's going to come up with it. And we put it right there. Voila. It shows up. And you can move it around right there if you want to. Okay. And remember, if you want to resize things, you can. Okay. Let's say we don't want that to be overshadowing that. I can come and I can move that. I can take away that box if it gets a little cute crazy. If I want to center it, I can do that. Okay. You come over here and there's a center or a line button. I can put it in there however I want to, move it around. But anyway, we got some other questions on there and just kind of have fun with it. Because the thing is that, like I said, this isn't a graded class. Okay. Not anyway so far. So there's no harm, no fouls in it. I just want you to get in and have fun and learn. Okay. That's the goal here. Hopefully you will learn something. And I love doing this. I think it's fun. Hopefully you guys will too. We will see you in class. Bye.